Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2021 general reading. We are looking at the first half of February, so from the 1st to the 15th. This reading is for the water sign of Cancer, our lovely crabs. I hope everyone's safe and well where you're at. I hope you're continuing to move through the first part of this new year well and peacefully. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today. And if you want to, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for sharing and for all your support, feedback, comments, donations, all of that. Thank you so much. It really makes a difference. So this reading is for Cancer for the first 2 weeks of February 2021. That's Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. If your Venus is in Cancer, or if you are cross-watching for a Cancerian, it's all relevant. But of course, you all have your own unique individual stories, so the general readings will always resonate a little differently. Watch all of your signs if you know them for additional insight. If you do find that any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, you can click on the description link below, click on that little arrow. It'll pull down some contact details. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I can usually respond within the same day or the first 24 hours with more information. And scheduling readings is done, personal readings is done in a pretty timely fashion. It's all that I do, personal readings. I do them full time. So I'm pretty diligent at working with people's schedules. I do offer a wide variety of different types of readings in all different areas of life, different lengths, types, times, costs. And also still quite popular right now are these 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months in different areas of life. And you can order them any time of the year. They simply look at a time period of 6 or 12 months from the time of the reading. But I always get a lot of orders for them at the end of one year and the beginning of the next. So something else to think about. Okay, Cancer, let's see what's in store for you for the first half of February 2021. We begin with the Six of Wands, followed by the Knight of Cups. I'm kind of getting this finally sense here. We have the Empress, followed by the Five of Swords, hard-won victory, the Hermit, followed by Temperance, going within, trying to find the wisdom in something, an offer. And I'm going to take both of those. From the bottom of the deck, representing overall energy, we have the Tower and the Emperor. We have the Emperor and the Empress here. So a couple is central here. They are the traditional mothers of the tarot, and they are a couple. They can't be with anybody else. They have to be with each other, if they're going to be with anybody. So there's an unexpected, potentially life path changing thing happening for you in the first 2 weeks of February, Cancer. And it feels like, so for those Cancer females, the Emperor would be mate, your male. If you're male, it's the Empress. It's kind of like the relationship is central here. For those of you that are not involved in a romantic or emotional relationship of some kind, it can represent, parents, but there is a couple here centered. So we have the Tower and the Emperor. I know a lot of people don't like the Tower card. It often represents the breaking down and ending of something. So that you can move on to something new, something, rebuilt. There may have been a fundamental flaw in whatever the Tower represents, person, place, situation, all of that. But fundamentally, it just represents something unexpected which comes in and which you cannot control. It's coming in and it causes one, significant portion of your life or a situation to end so that you can move on into a new phase or a new path or a new direction. And it's related to the Emperor, which is Aries energy. For some of you, it might be an Aries. You may be involved with an Aries, or it may be related to an Aries in your life. What I'm seeing here is an offer coming in, and it looks like a love romantic offer of some kind. Because, and it represents, for some reason, it represents a victory. You have two victory cards here. You have the Six of Wands and the Five of Swords. The Six of Wands, victory, triumph after a challenge, a battle of some kind, success, victory, riding back into town, and everybody can see it. So this is public recognition too, winning an award, a bonus, raise, promotion, all of that kind of stuff. For some of you, this could be a work situation too, where you finally got something that you've been working for a long time and you deserve it, but it's completely unexpected, like by the president, the CEO, the VIP, something like that. But I think for the majority of you, this just feels like a relationship and probably a well-established relationship, if not a marriage. So you have two cards that speak of victory here. The Five of Swords is a hard-won victory. It represents that whatever the challenge was, whatever the battle was, it was very difficult, but you finally come up ahead. There's an offer here with the Six of Wands. It's an offer. This is a watery offer, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Water. Love, romance, encouragement, comes charging right in there and just bears his heart on his sleeve. We have the Empress here, the traditional Earth Mother, and the Emperor's natural mate. The Empress can't be with anybody else, or if she did, it wouldn't last long. These guys are natural mates. They embody all the energies and manifestations, elemental manifestations of all the kings and queens. So the Emperor embodies all the most mature, controlled, responsible, balance energy of all the kings, and the Empress represents all of that for the queen. She's kind of like the embodiment of that. They rule the kings and queens, right? So it feels like here, Cancer, that you are the Empress, and the Five of Swords is hard-won victory. I feel like it represents a victory for you because this has got to make sense to somebody out there because it feels kind of specific. I feel like you stayed true to yourself, true to who you are, true to what you want, true to what you believe is good and right. Not just for you, but just in general. Because she is the traditional Earth Mother of the Tarot. She is fertile and pregnant with all the potential, possibility, and abundance of what could be. This is a person, she's a great mate for the Emperor because he can be very hard-edged and linear and responsible and accountability, and everything needs to line up. And she presents that softer, feminine, hopeful, positive, optimistic, anything is possible kind of energy. And I feel like throughout all of whatever this challenge is between you and the Emperor, it could be between the two of you and the relationship itself, or it may be that you've just gone through a lot of difficult stuff in other areas of life or some combination of that. You've remained true to exactly who and what you are. And because of that, there's some kind of offer, opportunity for change coming in. And it looks like at the end of it, well, like meaning mid-February, because we're only looking at the first 2 weeks, we have the Hermit and Temperance. So this is all about kind of maybe taking a step back, going within, trying to find wisdom, enlightenment, discernment, maintaining kind of an emotional balance. So it feels like there's something coming in pretty like, this is a big deal, And you're taking a step back to kind of take a look at it, maybe meditate, maybe ask for advice, from a trusted mentor or something like that. You're being the hermit, which you should, because this looks like a pretty big deal, whatever this opportunity is. The hermit kind of takes a step back. He stays to himself for a while because he's trying to find his way through something, seeking wisdom, guidance, enlightenment, and also drawing on the wellspring of the experience you've already had in life, maintaining kind of an emotional balance while you try and figure out what's the best course of action here. Because I feel like you're going to need to make a choice here. The interesting thing is that the Emperor, it's like the Emperor, I feel like the Emperor has gotten, Emperor in the Tower, I feel like the Emperor has gotten like a big wake-up call here. And it's just made maybe something kind of come crashing down for him. It may be an ideology of sorts. Maybe the Emperor, had been acting not quite, like you should, the Emperor. Let's clarify here. Let's clarify some things. Let's clarify the Tower. I mean, the Emperor is also the energy of the sign of Aries. So, you know, Aries too. And it might be somebody, it's likely somebody older, you know, somebody of some position, status, authority, stability, foundation. This is somebody who's already worked really hard to build up, you know, the majority of his life foundation. It might be a big wake-up call for this Emperor or Aries person or your mate. It might be that he is manifesting the Tower energy and doing something really unexpected. It might be him making this offer that's completely different than what his mindset was in doing or not doing this before, if that makes sense. We have the World, the Two of Cups, the Empress again, and the Ace of Cups. Well, what I can tell you is that the Emperor sees you as the Empress or vice versa. I mean, he definitely sees you as the only person for him, because only the Empress can be with the Emperor. She is like his true mate. You know, you have two Empresses here. So he obviously sees you very much like that, sees you as his soulmate, right? That karmic connection. We have the World here, which is the last major arcana card in the tarot, and it represents finishing a cycle, a chapter in your life, maybe a set of chapters in your life definitively, and moving on into a brand new horizon. I think for some of you, it may be that this Emperor was maybe holding back on something. There was some kind of conflict between the two of you, like you believed in one thing or you wanted one thing, and he was kind of on the opposite end because that's what he felt was good and right and straight for him, or that he was attached to for a long time. Because, you know, the Emperor is an older established person, and whatever ideologies they currently have or have had, they probably spent their entire life building that up. So this is where something just comes crashing down. Perhaps the Emperor felt that the relationship with his beautiful Empress soulmate was in jeopardy, and all of a sudden, because it feels like the Emperor just had like this huge wake up call, you know, like this huge almost conversion experience, and he's seeing things, and almost feels like he thinks or is going to think that something's going to happen to take his Empress away, and so whatever he was holding on to that was between the two of you, he's realizing that it's not worth what you're worth to him. It's like a huge wake-up call sort of thing. Interesting. I wonder what the Tower card is going to be. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups. I think I'm going to actually put these cards back in. Clarify the Knight of Cups. The World card again. Ace of Cups again. Moving on to the next level, graduating, leveling up. It looks like the person in your life, or whoever this Emperor / Aries, you know, whoever it is. I mean, it's a general reading, could be anybody, but it's somebody significant to you, because they're showing up as a matched couple, the Emperor and the Empress. There's a new beginning, the heart opening up again. That's clarifying the Knight of Cups, which is the offer. The the Eight of Wands is next. So there's definitely a love offer coming in very quickly. Clarify the Five of Swords. The Hierophant, convention, tradition. The Four of Wands. Is it marriage? Marriage, tradition, family, home and family. Let me clarify the Hermit. This feels like Cancer, whoever the Emperor is to you. And I mean, this feels straight up, this is like not I don't feel like this is a work, career, finance read. This feels like a relationship reading, and a long established relationship or a well established relationship or marriage. And it feels like the other person had a huge wake up call because of something that happened, that caused them to feel like they were going to lose their Empress, i.e., you. And uh, and because of that, made an offer, or an offer is forthcoming from them, which for them is representative of changing kind of a whole way of being that they've had. And maybe it's time for that too, because the Tower card with it, the Tower card represents something that may be coming down in a big catastrophic sort of way, but it needs to come down. Okay. So for the Hermit, we have the Knight of Cups again. So whatever this love offer is, it's definitely coming in. We have the Knight of Pentacles, another offer. Or, gosh, we've got two Knight of Cups and one Knight of Pentacles. And Knights represent offers and opportunity. I mean, what is an offer? I mean, it's an opportunity for change. They come rushing in, opportunity for change. The majority of it is water energy, love, romance, support, encouragement, concrete as well. And those two Knights are clarifying the Hermit. Yeah, I think you're taking a step back to contemplate and consider. I mean, all three of these Knights might represent the same offer, but it may be that whoever the Emperor is to you, Cancer, they've been taking you for granted for too long. You've been trying to remain exactly who you are and what you're about. There may be multiple offers. It may be that you got a pretty distinctive, pretty strong, pretty concrete offer from elsewhere, and it really, gave the Emperor a wake-up call. I mean, just because they're the Emperor and the Empress doesn't mean they're perfect. The Emperor can be very stuck in his ways because that's what he's done his whole life, right? But it's all come tumbling down because it feels like your position, Cancer, is threatened or was threatened. This could have been, recent, and he's going through the wake-up call now because all of a sudden, like, you're wanted by somebody else, by other people. And, he just can't handle that because you're his Empress, you're his soulmate, his true person, the person he's supposed to be with. He can't be with anybody else. And all of a sudden there's, another offer or even multiple offers. And, that's kind of what I'm getting, or some version of that. This is one of those where I'm always interested in getting feedback, but this is one of those where I'll be really interested to seeing how this is playing out for people. So, because you deserve it, whatever it is that you've been wanting that you haven't been getting, you've stuck to that. You've been true to who you are, what you believe in, what you think is right for you. And because of that, you have offers maybe, and opportunities for change for that. And it's causing the Emperor to completely break down perhaps an ideology he's had about what he previously thought was right for a long time for him. Because if he holds on to that, it's going to cost him the Empress. That's what I'm feeling. So you're kind of taking a step back and taking a look at offer one, maybe offer two, and what should I do here? So final advice and guidance cards for Cancer. I'm not going to ask for a yes or no, yes to this offer, no, because it's a general reading. It's going to be different for all of you. But what I am going to ask for is, what should Cancer focus on to make the best decision? Cancer. What should Cancer focus on? Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. This is a classic moving to get your happy home, the Ten of Cups is the happy home card, marriage, blessings, stability, family. feeling like everything has finally come together, especially where home and family is. You're content. Everything is good. All the pieces have finally connected. The Ace of Pentacles is brand new beginnings, moving, relocating, new jobs, new projects, a brand new beginning, and one that holds a lot of potential for stability. So, and happy home. So, because the decision is going to vary depending on what your story is, what Spirit wants you to focus on to help you make the best decision is whatever decision is going to be best for you in terms of long-term stability and security for your home. But in an emotional way, not, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles is great too, but the Ten of Cups is feeling emotionally fulfilled where home and family is considered. It might require moving. I mean, one could read this that way too. Or it could just represent a real practical, solid beginning. Like if you were living with somebody for a long time and you wanted to get married and they didn't want to get married, even though you both still wanted to be with each other, and you just, maybe you got some other offers and all of a sudden they're like, well, God, I don't want to hang on to this old ideology in the name of losing you, my Empress, my Cancer. So I'm gonna step out into the unknown. Because it feels like there's definitely a big wake-up call for the Emperor. He may be the one making the offer, or it may be offered because all of a sudden the Empress is getting another offer. I hope this isn't too confusing because there's a whole bunch of stories going on in my head. Fundamentally, you have a decision to make at the end of the day, Cancer. You've got at least one offer, likely two. They may be different in nature. You will have to make a decision. What you need to focus on in terms of making that decision is what will give you a very practical new beginning in your life towards feeling like everything has come full circle with home and family. That's what you need to focus on, the decision that's going to actually lead you in a realistic, practical way towards that energy. That's the advice. Wow. Interesting reading, Cancer. Looks like the first 2 weeks of February are going to be a pretty interesting time for you. All right, Cancer, that is your reading for the first half of February. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if this reading resonated with you, or if any of the readings do, hit the like button, hit the share, subscribe button. You can also reach out to me for a personal reading. Just click the description link below where you see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February mid-month general readings. Until then, stay safe and well. I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.